In the wake of the increasing economic difficulties, including unemployment in the country, the Ghana Scholarly Society is expressing worry and gathering experienced brains in an attempt to help address the situation. The society consists of Ghanaian citizens and people of Ghanaian heritage living in abroad and working within the fields of academia, science, or studying at the postgraduate research level, aims at expanding scholarly network and influence policy decision, the educational offering, and curricular development through impactful research. Now, let me bring in President of the Ghana Scholarly Society, Professor Kwaku Adams, for this conversation. Professor Adams, you're welcome to the pause.
Thank you for having me.
So, what is this project all about?
I'm sure you have heard the saying, 2 heads are better than one.
Right.
I disagree with that. I think 2 good heads are better than one. When you have people doing interesting things, multidisciplinary research, when we bring those ideas together, that's when we can find a clear pathway to solving the problems that we face, because the problems we face in Africa are diverse and complex. So we need diverse and complex ideas to be able to solve them.
So this is about research, if you like.
Well, it's about research. It's about tackling issues of unemployment. It's about looking at the legal systems in Africa, in Ghana. It's about looking at gender diversity. It's about looking at inequality. So it's a wide range of issues that we tackle. It's not just one scholar. It's all the Ghanaian scholars, particularly in Europe, that we've put ourselves together to look at the challenges we face as a country and think through what we can do to contribute to our quota to solving some of the challenges that Ghana faces.
So let me provide you with some facts so that they can help in our discussion. So the Ghana Statistical Service last month released the unemployment situation in the country as at the end of the last quarter of 2023 and gave a very grim picture of the unemployment status, especially between the ages of 15 and 49, which is considered to be the most active age bracket in terms of working. Now, about almost 2 million of them are at home and unemployed. Now, we also do understand that every year, universities in Ghana, graduate over between 200 and 300,000 graduates, and then push them onto the job market. Few of them get employed. The issue is that, and reasons that have been provided include the fact that our economy is simply not in a position to absorb all of them into the labor market. Is that the same vibe you get? Or there is more to our unemployment situation than what we've been told by the Statistical Service and the policymakers?
I will give you 3 letters. MAP, MAP. If people start businesses and they fail, and things don't go the way they're supposed to go, it's because of mentoring. Mentoring is not right. Then the access to relevant resources and also the process, or maybe let's say even the attitude is not right. So I think what the British Council have started to do is to provide skills training for the youth, for those who want to set up their own businesses. And we have had meetings with the British Council here in the UK, where we are going to be doing quarterly, because we've got experts in entrepreneurship, experts in finance, in accounting, in international business, in all kinds of expertise that we can contribute. So we are going to work in collaboration with the British Council to look at the skills gaps, basically filling in the skills gaps. What are the critical things that entrepreneurs need to succeed, to set up, to keep a business running, to recruit people, to retain them, and to make a success of it. These are the gaps that we find that Ghanaian entrepreneurs do lack. So we will be working with the British Council. I think it's going to be a quarterly program or annual program. Our scholars are going to be flown to Ghana to be supporting and doing seminars and sessions and lectures to provide the skills that entrepreneurs and young people need to be able to succeed in Ghana.
The other aspect, and then we've heard this a lot, that we've not designed the kind of courses that best address industry's needs. But is it a question of, graduating people to be employed, sit behind a desk and work, or graduating people to provide them with the skills so that they can be on their own and flourish?
That's a very good question. What do you look at? I've been in the UK for 21 years now. when we get students from Africa or any other developing country, one of the things that we lack, what our training is very much theoretical. It's number one, critical thinking and the practical application of that knowledge. So when we join forces with the British Council to do these things, we will look at some of the practical things that people need, entrepreneurs need, young people need. It's just basic skills. I mean, having the head knowledge is good. How do you apply those knowledge? And I'm sure you know that the British education system and all others in the West, or pretty much OECD countries, is very much hands-on. I've taught in the UK education system for 17 years now, and others have done even more years than I have done. So bringing all that expertise in terms of accounting, bookkeeping, finance, how do you set up a business? What are the factors that makes businesses succeed? What are the key resources that firms need to succeed? You know, in typical A-level economics, we're taught land, labor, capital, enterprise. But information is a key resource. Reputation is a key resource. Location is a key resource. These are new trends in terms of research that we don't get to hear of them in the African curriculum or in the African classrooms. And that's what we intend to bring down to Ghana's support. Not in any way discounting what the great work that our colleagues back in Ghana are doing.
I mean, give me your candid view on this matter. The future prospects of a Ghanaian graduate and the future prospects of, let's say, a graduate from a UK or a US university, in terms of succeeding in life, what is so difficult for the Ghanaian graduate to aspire to that high level? Yet it's very easy, as we see in the UK and in the US.
Well, two things. One, individuals have got a part to play in the quest to succeed or to start a business. So there's an individual factor. We cannot blame all of it on the teaching or the modules. But you will agree with me, definitely, that the curriculum that we have in Ghana, the universities, the polytechnics, the technical education system has not delivered in terms of the current needs of the market. If you look at the British education system, in the 1960s and 70s, there was a huge manufacturing sector in the Midlands. They provided a technical training to support people to be able to function effectively in those sectors. Now, look at Ghana. What are the industries that are succeeding? What are the sectors that are growing? We need to change our approach, what we teach, how we assess, what we expect students to be able to do for us to decide that these students have acquired enough skills and expertise to be able to function on their own. We need to look at the industries and redesign our curriculum to suit the current needs of the Ghanaian market. So basically, most of the things we teach in classrooms nowadays are outdated and has no semblance to some of the growing sectors in the Ghanaian economy. We need to match that so that there is no mismatch. We train students, by the time they finish, their skills are no longer useful. We need to be able to research. And one of the things that the Ghanaian government needs to do is provide research for our colleagues who work in various universities to research into the most emerging sectors in Ghana. What are the growing sectors? You know, we need to be able to match that with the curriculum. That's something that I think we have not been able to do very well as Africans, not just in Ghana, but Africa in general.
So, Dr. Adam, finally, before I let you go, when is this program starting and who benefits?
So, as a society, we've started a society. We are over 200 academics in the UK, and we want to grow it to other parts of the world. But we are starting off a conference in June 19th to 21st. And it's a multidisciplinary conference. It's focused on the UN SDGs. And we are taking an interdisciplinary approach, those in accounting, those in finance, those in law, in social development, social work, bringing the expertise together for us to discuss some of the pressing issues that faces Ghana and Africa. How do we solve them? It is going to be the best conference that brings together all Africa, all African scholars together, discussing specific issues using multidisciplinary knowledge bases to solve some of the challenges we face in Africa. It's going to happen at the University of Bradford from June 19th to 21st. And there is we have our website available. So those who want to participate in the conference should submit their 2-page extended abstract or full papers if they want. And the deadline is end of this month, end of March.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Kweku Adams with the Ghana Scholarly Society. And what they're doing is to empower you to be on your own. You don't have to rely on somebody to employ when you leave university. But this mentorship program is what you require to go forward. Now we'll take